Good morning, Facebook. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 74, and we're about to go live. Take your seats, please share out the show, and we'll see you in a moment. In fact, I'll see you now. And I'll downgrade the graphic and bring up John, who's not been on screen yet this morning. Morning, John. Oh, we've got chipmunks. We have chipmunks, John. All right. So say morning again to Peter. Morning, Peter. Can you hear me? No, Peter can't hear me. I'm going to go back to John. This is good. Morning, John.
Good morning.
Good morning. That's better.
I've got a sore throat, so I'm probably very gravelly today.
That's okay. That will, as long as you can. Right, and we're going to check that Peter's microphone is working. So, and Stephen's patiently waiting. Morning, Peter. Big honor.
Well, his microphone worked because you could hear him taking his headphones off.
Yeah, no, he's got problems with batteries. Hello again, Stephen. Good morning.
Hi. Android didn't work, so I'm back on the
All right. Okay. I saw you for a fleeting second. I did actually see your picture.
Crashed.
Oh, right. Okay. I know they're updating things, so perhaps a latest version of the app. Right. Okay. Now, for those who didn't catch the politics show, you'll discover that we've got three colours of political outlook, and that was the politics, and we don't need now to do politics in Blabbing for Britain because we discovered that.
Got a chance.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying that we can have a heated discussion on the politics show, and then come in here and be respectful to each other. And Peter's gone again.
There's always respect.
If you didn't catch it, John, the only thing that I did admit to was that I've just joined the Lib Dems. Right.
Well, you see, it's a good job I wasn't there. Otherwise, we'd have outnumbered the rest, wouldn't we?
Well, it would have been 50-50, wouldn't it?
No.
50% Lib Dem, 50%. Right. Okay. Now Peter's going to come back.
One Conservative, one.
Yes, sure. Sorry, John.
I say one Conservative, one Red Devil, and two Yellow Hammers.
All right. So it's time to say welcome to the show. And do you know what I've just discovered? All my notes for the politics show are on here. Ha! There you go. That's why I couldn't bring them up on screen. We learn every day. Right. I'm going to.
Oh, sorry, Stephen. I took it over to it.
Sorry.
What's a wagamump?
Oh God.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm going to duck down and bring control. But while you discuss that very hot topic of Mr. Johnson.
Well, I'm not really interested in Mr. Johnson. I want to know what's a wagamump.
It's apparently a chief wizard of some description.
It's actually a political term from the US, and it's what we call sitting on the fence. So the wagger is the head. It's a bird, so the head wags, and the other part is the rump, sitting the other side of the fence.
And it was introduced into the political debate by the Tory elitist Boris Bloody Johnson. I've not actually said it because it just bloody annoys me. So I can't see any point in.
I've got some breaking news.
Where he operates and stuffing.
Come on then, Peter. What's the breaking news?
Breaking news just come through on my phone. Sky News. Tony Blair said that Theresa May is going to win the election.
How about that? Christ, that's what you call pressing.
I've got a tame mouse in a cage, you know. That could say that Theresa May is going to win the election.
Thank you for that political insight, Blair.
Yeah. a wagamump and never heard of it
One
before.
thing about that. Sorry, Peter. I think Tony Blair will one day be indicted for war crimes. There you go.
I don't.
Nor me.
Well,
He has parliamentary protection. He's never going to get into trouble over it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Have we ever had an MP like a minister, prime minister? Have they ever, like Americans, they've ever been impeached? I don't think they have they? Brought to task officially.
Of course we have.
Who was it?
Clinton.
No, in the UK.
British.
Oh no, we don't. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as impeachment over it. You can actually get referred back to your voters, can't you? That's never happened.
Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, a wagamump, I thought was a name that Boris had made up himself from...
No, it dates to the 1890s.
Wow. I thought it was one of his...
Obviously been reading a history book.
I thought it was one of his Bulford Boys things, you know. They would mention, you know. In the Dandy. It would have been in the Dandy, that one. So you don't know the Dandy, it's a comic book.
From the 60s.
It's someone who sits on the fence, basically.
All right, okay. I think I might be a wagamump.
You can't be a wagamump. I saw your Conservative members card earlier.
Yeah. So that's a wagamump, and that's another one I've learned from my dictionary.
Yeah. So we said we weren't going to talk politics. So we've done politics for the first 6 minutes.
There's nothing wrong with it, John.
It's better than last week where we did it for 26 minutes.
So who's that geezer on your left?
That's good old Joey, that is, but he's above me for me.
Oh, right, okay.
And he's got banned from football for 18 months, which is effectively ending his career because of his age.
What's he done?
Betting. But it seems really harsh to me because, okay, he openly admits he's got a gambling problem and has openly admitted for years he has a gambling problem. But these aren't recent bets. These are bets that go back 7 and 8 years. Yeah, and the biggest thing is that they're for his club to lose. There's 12 bets where he's bet for his club to lose. But he's not even in the match day squad on those days. So he has no influence over what goes on. And so to me, 18 months seems unbelievably harsh when you look at someone broke someone's leg and they get banned for 2 matches.
Yeah. I mean, he has appealed, hasn't he, which is step one. And the second thing is there's an irony to this, which he himself pointed out. In the Clarets, when they play at Turf Moor, when they play away, go out in a shirt emblazoned with the word alphabet, which is, of course, a betting company.
I thought it was Daffabet, but maybe that's
I don't want to promote betting, John.
You've got loads and loads of these betting ones on the shirts, and they're happy to take the money, the FA are, but I don't know. True. I just think it's harsh. He admits he's guilty, but to end someone's career and 18 months, I just think is ridiculous.
I agree with you.
And I'm not even a Burnley supporter like the man up there. or over there, wherever he is.
Right, I'm gonna bring up a next topic. I'll bring up the photo and then I'll bring Peter back. But this is one of yours, John. So I'm going to go down and we'll bring up the next topic. Now, to explain to everybody what's happening, we are on belive.tv. We are using TalkShow. We have the ability to show photographs where relevant. And the photographs we're using today illustrate the stories that are happening around.
Well, this is a story that I'm pleased to say has absolutely no effect on me, because I hate the bloody stuff. But there's a UK shortage of hummus. Did you know? Did it affect you?
Can't stand
it's important enough that it's made the headlines page on the BBC and Sky News.
Wow.
So is it affecting Scotland? Is there a Scottish shortage of hummus as well?
Not when I go to the shop, because believe it or not, I'm kind of vegetarian now. I haven't eaten meat for ages, and I've started eating hummus. Yes, stuff like that. I'm changing my palate, and no doubt it'll go up in price, and I'll just have to change to something else. It's quite nice, actually.
It looks like rice pudding.
Well, I love rice pudding.
Even us Brits are not weird enough to dip carrot sticks in rice pudding.
So, why is there a shortage of it?
Apparently there's a shortage of the main material, which I believe is chickpeas.
Chickpeas, yeah. And I eat chickpeas as well in a curry. Lovely. Typical. Well, hey, you can blame me. Anything I go and getting involved with, everybody disappears and
I
things
don't like
disappear.
chickpeas, marrowfat peas, but don't give me lentils. I just hate lentils. There's something about it that makes me go, "Rah!"
I went for a curry yesterday at dinner time, and I was so upset there was no lentils because I have curry with, they've got potatoes. I've forgotten the name of it now. And, yeah, something like that. And I says, where's your lentils, chum? And it's not made any today. But he did say, he says, listen, if you want some made, we'll make them for you. That's at Cosmo, which was good. But it just shows you how the palate is changing in Britain, you know. And it's become a thing that a lot of people eat. It's very nice, actually. Takes a while to get used to it.
What are you going to eat instead?
I'll find something. I'm eating more corn products now, and
that's pretend meat, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I'll tell you, the chicken nugget corn is absolutely beautiful, and the Linda McCartney meals too. It's a plug for Linda McCartney stuff.
Did you get paid for that, mate?
Send a voucher. Actually, I was at a meeting yesterday, and I mean, you look at these people doing food things from their kitchen. They are called influencers, a lot of them, and some of them are making thousands of pounds for using a product now. That's the way that things are going to be going, and it was quite interesting to see the people. Like, I know a lady in Aberdeen. She was sent up in a ferry from Aberdeen to Orkney, and she's a food blogger, and she's been paid all the way up there to go to Orkney with her kids, or Shetland it was, and she gave a talk all the way up, filmed it. And that's the way things are changing. So I'll have to do one in humus, yeah, or hummus. Is it humus or hummus?
Well, down here, the Brummies call it hummus. But,
hummus.
I'm not sure what the Greeks call it.
We call it yuck.
Yuck. In Stoke-on-Trent, it's yuck.
It's
you know, as I say, I bought some of, what is that? Is it potted peas or something? Not peas, P-E-S-E. I bought that yesterday as well. Is it, what do you call it again? Peas pudding. Peas pudding. Yeah, bought that. But hummus,
quite weird things in Scotland, don't you?
Yeah.
I like your Scotch pies. I think they're brilliant. And don't you have square sausage as well?
Well, square sausage is really wrong in the Glasgow area. They have square sausage. Up here, we use them to sole our boots.
My daughter's rather fond of the square sausage. You can get it from Iceland, round here.
Yeah. I don't like the square sausage.
Talks about iron brew quite a lot. Which is one of the most disgusting drinks I've ever had, but it's very
well. Iron brew. I can't stand it. Well, I'm not saying I can't stand it. I don't like it all that much, but iron brew. The owner actually supported the Conservatives or Brexit or whatever it was.
This is bars, is it?
Yeah, and he made it known. Oh, and I was outraged. But guess what? Since the 56 MPs went to London from Scotland, they've been drinking more iron brew in Parliament. and they were against. They were for the union. Bars were for the union, and it hasn't made any difference. In fact, I think they got more sales because of it. That's quite interesting. Yeah.
Hey, it's going back to politics, but it's Scottish. So you're saying that the SNP are going to lose 10 seats to the Tories, Peter?
Well, I think it might be 12. Hopefully, I know that in my area they're targeting seats. One seat used to be a very conservative area, and they've actually got a 7,000 majority in this area, and they're targeting that area as well. So I could see some of the SNP losing their seats in this area, because you don't see it. You don't see it. But up here, some people are fed up of the majority SNP government in Scotland. And so it's payback time. To the MPs, they've already had to, basically leave the party. And the Daily Mail did something on all of them down there. It's quite interesting. So aren't there about 40 or so SNP MPs in Westminster? It's 56, I think it is. 56. Yeah. And when it came to the vote for leaving Europe just recently, to put in, they all abstained. Well, they were told to abstain.
Oh, on the Brexit bill.
Yeah, to trigger it, they abstained. But there's a split. What you don't see is Jim Sillars, who was the deputy leader of the SNP, he said, "Wait a minute, you want Scotland to be independent, then hand it back to Brussels." So there's a split. And it'll be interesting to see after this what happens. It's a different story up here. It's a totally different story.
And there was a thing saying that Labour is about to lose Wales to the Tories for the first time ever.
Is that right?
Parliament.
Yeah. I mean,
not looking good.
Yeah. Old Jeremy Corbyn has caused a lot of problems for his party. And what hasn't helped him is his statement on Trident. So, Jeremy, you're quite prepared for any nation to be aggressive and come in knowing that you're not going to push that button if we need to. Yeah. Thank you very much.
To be honest, it's a nonsense argument, because the Tories have said that they would be happy to do a first strike the other day. I think the Defence Secretary said it, but if you just watch, do you remember Yes, Prime Minister?
Yes.
There was the classic episode where Packer, as PM, is educated in the salami tactics that would mean that he'd never actually press the button to launch a nuclear attack against the Russians, for example. So the whole debate is just nonsensical, because the Brits aren't ever going to do a first strike on anybody. And I really don't. I can't see anybody pressing a nuclear button against anyone, to be honest. Who do you like to destroy these days? And for the next 20 years, ISIS.
The guy with the mad haircut.
You're never going to take. You're never going to do that, because if you do that in North Korea to take him out, then the rest of the North Koreans will be straight into South Korea, and that's when it gets messy. But we're not going to be involved.
Well, I'll tell you, President Trump was called all the Senate into whatever it's called today. You don't tell me there's nothing happening there. I think we might wake up to a preemptive strike, non-nuclear, at a certain little country called North Korea at a certain point, and say, "We're not letting you do it. You've threatened us enough." Bang! Just like the Israelis did. Bang! Up in the early morning while they were having their breakfast. Bush. Took the problem.
Yeah, I can see why. I know why you're saying it, but in my heart of hearts, I can't see them doing it. They're not that stupid. They really aren't, because that is the beginning of World War III. The Chinese aren't going to be very happy about it. And, the Russians have already said something like, you nearly overstepped the mark in Syria, and be careful in the future with North Korea. he's mad. We know he's mad. And that's both of them, King John and John.
Yeah.
They're not that mad.
Peter, you said Bush, Bush, Bush. Is he going to throw past presidents at them then? Not on them.
Bush, Bush, Bush.
It's going to be a mighty Bush, Bush, Bush.
Yeah, but it's just I've got that feeling there might just be a preemptive strike to, just like they done in Syria, say, right, no more of those bombs going up and dropping them on kids. They might do it to the Koreans.
I'm with Peter on this. The military do seem to have a larger say in the US than they've had for a long time. Mm-hmm. And we have warships moving, and it reminds me, because I can go back that far, back to Cuba, where there was a standoff. And I think we're heading towards a standoff situation with China and North Korea, Russia on one side, and the US-led coalition on the other. Mm-hmm. I think that you, Stephen, feel that he'll be stopped.
It's not in anybody's interest to escalate the thing with North Korea. They've kept him under control for 30 years with sanctions and actually providing him with, amazingly, with humanitarian support on the condition that they don't progress their nuclear ambitions. It's worked so far. Nobody is mad enough to start a fight against. Isn't
one of the points that they're getting? Sorry, Stephen. They're getting closer to having nuclear capability, and they announced last week that they can actually reach America. Is that not part of the equation?
Yeah, we were talking about a first strike or a bit of action coming from the Yanks. Yeah. To North Korea. I don't think that is likely. It's not gonna. It's just not gonna help. I can't see it. I hope I'm right. Actually,
no. But my little friend from Korea gets up every morning and he'll say, "What can we do to torment the West? Let's fire another one. Let's fire another one." See, we've got that. And just in the light said to the Russians, you come past this point to Cuba and we'll sink you. And what did they do? They turned around. And old little haircut 100, when he's sitting there and he knows they're sitting there waiting for you, and we're going to take you out, and you start your tantrums and we're going to take you out, end of story. Or they'll say to China, you better get them sorted out because we mean it. Just phone him up and say, look,
I can't get over the haircut.
What?
Sorry, Stephen.
Right, I think we might go for a change of topic.
Yes.
Right, just as a reminder.
Pop star, if you bring it to the next one.
Right, just a reminder, in the left-hand corner of the screen is a chat box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use that chat box to put the next topic up so that you know what's coming whilst you're talking, if you want to check it out.
You better take me out and put John next.
The next topic is John's, and so I'm going to bring the picture up, and then I'm going to bring John up. Okay, so we have the picture first.
Okay. Right. What is it? A church?
It's a church, but it's not what the church. It's what happened outside the church.
Okay.
A woman was carjacked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they actually arrested the people that did it yesterday, and they've done about 5 carjackings.
Right.
And it's all been organised on Snapchat. So my title for this was Social Media and Crime.
Yes.
So the other interesting thing is they're 16 and 17 years of age. So they've not been named.
Right.
But they've been targeting females, just getting into their cars and stealing their cars. They actually got caught as a result of the fact that they did one early in the morning and the milkman chased them off. He was delivering milk in the road.
Yeah.
And they left some evidence behind because of that. But it's the fact that they're using the internet to organise crime at 16 and 17 years of age that I find quite frightening, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not on WhatsApp, so I have no experience of WhatsApp at all. I get several invites, but I spend enough time on Facebook, etc.
Is it WhatsApp? You said Snapchat to begin with.
Snapchat, WhatsApp, one of those applications.
Oh,
anyway. I think it was WhatsApp, actually.
If it's WhatsApp, it's encrypted. And the guy who made Snapchat will not give any information. Okay, he will not give any information to the American government to help them to fight crime with it. And that's why it's been set up that way.
Our government is the same. They're trying to get people to unencrypt, disencrypt, take the encryption off. A lot of the internet traffic so that they can actually access it, not necessarily take it off, but give the government a key to access it. And the counter-argument is, first of all, that people know it's encrypted and rely on the fact it's encrypted. And the second thing is that as soon as they create a back door for governments to get in, then sure as eggs are eggs, that back door will be exploited by somebody somewhere. Because as soon as you start opening these encrypted services up, John, you're going to create a problem, aren't you? Possibly.
Who knows? But they reckon that WhatsApp was used by some of the recently broken terrorist cells to communicate in London and Birmingham. So who knows? As I said, I've not used WhatsApp, so.
Well, WhatsApp is, despite the people you've just mentioned using it, is a reputable app. Millions of users around the globe, and it incorporates voice with text with document storage, and it works very well. I've been in several WhatsApp groups, and they can be very lively. It's like having a mini Facebook on your phone. That's the closest I could get. Right, I know. Just a moment. I know Ellis was trying to get in, but then disappeared. Right, so I'm just looking for our next topic, and I'm going to bring it up because it's not politics, it's not our politics. I'm going to go down again, bring the photo up, and then bring Stephen up, okay?
Marine Le Pen.
Yeah, this is another one I suggested. There is still a chance she could win in France. But it's not on who votes, it's on apathy that brings the chance that she can win, if not enough people turn out.
I think there'll be a lot of tactical voting to make, because I think they've done that before. Some people will pull out rather than let her win.
Well, it's only it's a two-horse race now.
Right, okay.
They had on Sunday they had their voting, which knocked it down from 6 to 2.
Right, I think a lot of people will probably vote for the centrist rather than the right-winger, probably. Oh,
but my point is, it's if not enough. She's good at motivating her supporters. If not enough of her non-supporters turn up, she could win.
Here's the thing: the vote is a week on Sunday, and as John said, there are two people involved. One of them is Marie Le Pen, and we know her from she took over her father's party in 2011, has revamped it, has now stood down, but is standing as a candidate of the far right against immigration and a whole batch of right-wing policies. But the thing is that there isn't any major political party who's got a candidate left. They've all been kicked out because her opponent on a week on Sunday is somebody who a year ago, at the age of 38, started his own political party. So he's come from nowhere. He was in one of the governments, but he has come from nowhere to actually lead a national movement and have at the moment 62% of the poll for the presidential vote. That's my 2C. Back to Stephen.
How politics have changed. Yeah, but quite interesting.
It's amazing because it's another indication of the fact that you said it's changed, Peter. It's broken. The old way of doing things is just broken. Our election is going to be governed by Brexit. The French have said bye-bye to the centrist, to the soft right and the soft left, and indeed the hard left. And you've got an independent who's going to probably win his next banker, apparently, so that can't go wrong, can it? Mm-hmm. He's going to win. Everything would appear to be up for grabs. You could say something like Clarkson will be prime minister in 4 years' time, and every chance of that happening as much as anything else. Peter, you could be prime minister in a couple of years' time.
I'm too thick.
It's possible now.
Yeah, well, it just shows you we're getting older, and the old ways are going out now. Same as mainstream TV's going out. People are looking at. I mean, listen, I sit and watch YouTube now. I don't watch mainstream TV. I look at everything that's happening in the world, basically from two. I watch the lefts, what they're saying. I watch the rights, what they say. And I see both of them making up their own minds and trying to influence people, in their own way. It's quite interesting. You don't see much of the centrists coming on. It's either left or right. If you know a centrist one, let me know. It's quite amazing. Yeah. I don't know if you've looked at, well, we're on about France. Look at some of the videos that's happening out there. Have a look and you'll see what's happening. Because all the people from Calais have went to the streets of Paris and taken over streets and living in tents in the streets.
What do you make of the fact that she's temporarily left the Front National?
Well, she's trying to disassociate with that at the moment, so they can't throw her all the time. And just kind of, she maybe should have done that a long time ago if she was going to become president.
She hasn't left the party. She's simply relinquished the leadership of the party.
So do you think that'll work as a tactic? 2 weeks ago?
What she's saying is that she's doing that to concentrate on being president rather than being leader of the party, which actually might be a smart move.
President for
it's
everybody.
certainly not something they've ever tried in the UK.
Yeah. She wants to be for everybody. That's what she wants.
She got too much form for that, though, Peter.
There you go. But this is what I'm saying. Waking up people. Some people are fed up of what's happening in the world. That's why Trump won. And people still can't believe he won. But hey, waking up. Smell the coffee. There's some left. It happened. It's happened. Yeah. And I'll tell you,
So it could happen in France then.
You just never know. You just never know. And then we'll have Frexit, because that's one of our aims as well.
Oh, yeah, and that seems to be quite a popular concept in France as well, as you call it, Brexit.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah.
She wants out the euro as well.
And did you know who's actually, I've seen something, a report. Do you know who a lot of our supporters are? Guess who it is?
What?
The French police. The actual grassroots French policemen and women are voting for our big time. Have a look. Check it yourself.
What's the implication of that?
Pardon?
What's the implication of that? What are you suggesting?
They like her immigration policies for a start.
Because they're getting shot. They're getting shot in the street. That's why their colleagues are dying. And their Muslim colleagues who are policemen shot in the street. Charlie Hebdo. It was what do you call it? A Muslim guy that was shot. The policeman. Yeah, the guy that died recently, he was a gay guy. He was married to a guy. And this is what happened there. And the grassroots police have had enough. Listen, go and look at the videos. Just put it on YouTube, and you'll see them having there getting bricks and bottles and cars burned. You won't see it in ITV. You won't see it in the BBC because they don't want to show you it. This is why you go on and look on YouTube. Don't believe me? Go and look. But the police have had enough. They want.
I don't believe you at all. I'm just saying, what's going to be the consequence of that, though? Do you see it as sort of a nationalist thing, and do you see
the immigration policy is the problem? That is the problem. It's like, think of your main street in your wherever you are. Think of it full of tents and the youth fighting each other. But not only that, you've got Somalis fighting Afghans in the same area. This is a problem too, and they're fighting each other. And then you've got the local youth who are fed up, or not just youth, they're fed up with the situation and the thefts and things like that. And there's no-go areas. There are no-go areas that you wouldn't be able to walk down, you know. But it's out there for you to see, but you have to find it and see what's happening. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for cheering us up. That's cool. Where's Stephen when you need him? Come on.
What?
Come in and save them, Stephen.
It's all right. It's all right. I mean, we've been discussing politics, but I know politics, which is good. And we've been discussing John's topics as well. If you are watching this and you've wondered how, I'll just do a technical break while we all take a breather, how we're doing the photos on this, then we are able to bring photographs in and discuss them. Although it does mean, as we've discovered this morning, if you've got a photograph on screen, you have in fact lost a camera. So, but it does mean you bring the photo up and then you discuss it for a few moments and take it down. To anybody who's got talk show on belive.tv,
and these photos have to be in your Facebook page.
Right. The photos, first of all, the recommended method is either on your personal profile or on your business page, is to create an album. Upload the photos to that album and you've got access to that album. All the time you've got access to your own personal albums, but if you're broadcasting to a business page, which we are this morning, then you've got access to your business page as well. So I can bring photos up from my profile and from the Blabbing for Britain, which means that during the course of the week, if we've got topics we want to discuss, there's an album on Blabbing for Britain page. Yeah, where we can upload photos to. And just put a description on it. So two things at our age. One, so you remember what it is, and two, so that we can talk about it. Yeah, but we do have the show photos, and I think it's brightened things up a little bit. Not that we're ever dull. We're not known for being dull.
You raise a good point there, because we do want to get the youngsters involved, don't we? We've been going for 74 weeks, you guys have anyway. If anybody's out there who wants to get involved, it is great. It's great fun. And you sort of certainly get known out here. I mean, Peter's said testament to that. So, youngsters, come on, just let us know if we're doing it right, if we're doing it wrong. What's your opinion?
Come and join us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every week I post this link for coming and joining us in 8 or 9 different places. And no bugger ever comes and joins us.
I think that there's a lot of people watch the replays. 2/3 of the views of any video now are on the replays. So you've got to bear that in mind. And I'll bring Peter back in a minute because he can talk of that. Because Peter's video was recently shared by our friends in Pakistan and had interesting results. But the 2/3 of the views come afterwards. So when we're actually doing this now, People will come watch during the course of today, in fact, for the next 7 days, and come and watch it. And then it goes out to YouTube. So people watch it there as well. So there is an audience for it, but it would be good. I think the three of us agree. I agree with Stephen's call. And John's as well, that we should encourage more people to go live on video. And one of those who's always live on video, nearly as much as me, is the gentleman who's going to replace me.
Is he? Is he there? Will he come back? Who is that? It's sort of.
It's funny. I was at an exhibition yesterday, and I went and sat down and had a talk regarding social media, and it was amazing how much we know. And this guy was up there talking about it, and it's how a local mart got into television. And the one thing that actually got the more viewers everywhere in the world was tractors passing the speaker at the mart. Tractors, could you believe? And a film of that brought up. But no, there's another thing I want to tell you about, guys. Video. Yesterday at my BNI, a company came along and they were telling us about video conferencing as part of their pitch. I said, oh, that's interesting. And what they did have was, they've got a button that they press, and it doesn't matter whether you've got a laptop, an iPad, or whatever, connect it, because the reason why, I'll go back on this, the reason why, every time I go to watch somebody speak, invariably, 90% of the time, there's been a technical problem, whether it's an iPad, a software, this, does that match to this? And most of them get off to a bad start. It takes about 10 minutes before they can do it. So this company have got a switch that you press, seemingly a green button, to this box, and this box work out whether it's an iPad, whatever. There's lots of things that they can do. Even people sitting at their desk, they can Wi-Fi into. It was fascinating. And then I started to tell them about what we do. And this is, it's free. But obviously theirs is very much more commercial. And I think he was a bit taken aback that I knew some about, and I told them about my Monday show. And so really, what is happening in the commercial sector, which is a good step ahead of us, for the domestic type small business sector, we really are, and you really are, Stephen, and everybody who uses this are really going to be pioneers for the future. And don't forget that, because people will come in after us, and let's face it, they'll probably do a lot better than us. You know, there's people out there in YouTube and everything who haven't used it yet. They're straight to YouTube, and they're famous, but we don't know them because they're dudes, they're young dudes playing games and everything. But yeah, but it was quite good to know the knowledge that we got. So we're doing quite well with what we're doing for the software, you know, getting it free. Yes, aye.
So better than us.
Yeah. What's your view on that then?
Well, we've been pioneers for a bit too long, to my mind, because we've been doing this about 17 months, something like that. So are we still pioneers after that length of time? Or
well,
are we the first settlers? You know, we've worked our way across to the frontier, and now we're settling down, yeah?
You took the words out of my mouth. I says, we've travelled from New York, and the wagon train's still going, and we haven't reached Portland, Oregon yet. There's a few died on the way. Yeah? So, by the way, I was told that's how Mormons have got more than one wife. When people were killed on the trail, they were allowed to take another wife. Correct me if I'm wrong, people in America, from Utah. That's what I was told, why they're allowed more wives than one. But no, we're still on that.
I'll have to ask some of them when I next go shopping, because I go to Morrison's, and the other side of the road from Morrison's is the Mormons administrative HQ for the Midlands, and they're always in there, and they're all saying, "We've got this really nice church. If you're not doing it," even in the supermarket, they try and pick up people to come to their church.
I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses out there now, standing there, just like the old billboards. They stand there with their Watch magazine, I think it's called. They're doing quite well. Watchtower, yeah. And see them sitting there, all types of people. Yeah, listen, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But it just shows you, hey, they're good promoters. They're good salespeople. They go out there and promote. Take a leaf out of their book. Get a magazine. But no, so it was quite interesting to see how much I had progressed by looking at other people, what they know. And I thought, oh wow, doing something right. And going back, videos is the thing. The videos was the one thing that got me. Except I'm not sure we're being jailed. Who are the Mormons or the Jehovah's Witnesses?
Probably the bloggers.
Bloggers. Right.
That right?
Stan, who's getting jailed? If you could just type that in for me, please.
The Mormons as a religion in Russia has just been outlawed. Their practice has been stopped in its tracks, and Jehovah's Witnesses are being, what's the word we're looking for? I'm looking for a word, John. You've usually got the word. Apologies to Marine the Pen, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah,
Marine,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
It's because her dad thought he was having a boat and ended up with a daughter.
So why in Russia? Why would they do that in Russia then? Why? What's the reason?
Well, Christianity hasn't been allowed for that long, has it? You know, it was purged and then came back. So
yeah.
But lots has changed in Russia because, you know, entrepreneurism was frowned upon not that long ago, and now it's all the rage.
Hey, you try and take their entrepreneurism away now. I don't think they would like it. You know? Because a lot of them become very rich people because of it.
Can I talk about social media bribery?
Yes.
Okay. I posted on Twitter about how Lidl had got a row of price labels that said $14.99, now cheaper $14.99, or $2.99, now cheaper $2.99. And I actually got a reply. And it was an apology. Said, it's not the staff in the shop's fault. The labels are all produced and they just bung them up according to a chart. And he said, in all honesty, they probably actually don't even read them. And then I got a direct message asking me for my address. So I gave them my address, and a few days later, I received a letter from Lidl in Scotland.
Okay.
And attached to the back of it was my social media bribery. I got a £5 voucher. So Peter, stuff you and you can. I got mine.
You got a bloody Whitbread. Are you listening in? There's a bloody quarter. They said they would look at it. Hey, you'll get a lot in Lidl for a fiver. They couldn't give you more than a bloody fiver, you know. Tight gets.
It's the Aldi fiver.
Came from Scotland.
So did you actually put it on social media?
I put discounted price starting at $4.99. I did the cheaper one actually. Started at $3.99, ended up discounted at $3.99. Epic fail hash.
Okay. Yeah.
I was amazed to get a reply, and we're not talking days; we're talking minutes before I got a reply.
Watching anything, they'll have somebody sitting there watching Lidl. Anything that mentions their name, and they'll work on it. But at least they've done something about it. I don't think it was it probably was a genuine mistake because the trading standards would have halved them for that. You know. Yes. Hey, listen, I've no subjects. Yeah.
That's the first. Peter's nothing to talk about.
I can't
Can you
believe
hear me?
Peter's got nothing to talk. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
All right, okay. I'll bring Peter back in a minute. Yeah, right. Well, the thing is that we have covered, and I just want to do an outtake of this. We've been discussing Scottish politics, English politics, Marine Le Pen. I stand corrected, John. And we talked about Brexit, and Peter suggested that there are people out there broadcasting who are better than us. Well, we do try our best. Right. Anything from Solihull, John?
Well, the carjacking actually was local.
Right, okay.
But I haven't really got anything else.
I'm just hoping
to say that it's been a very busy week for me and the missus because we've been married 35 years on Monday, so we've got a few things going on this week. So that's the biggest event in Solihull. Is that
congratulations coming through from Peter, who's in the background at the moment, and certainly, yes, definite congratulations. Sums up for everybody. Now, anything happening in the Midlands? Not in the Midlands, in Stoke.
You mean in Stoke-on-Glorious-Trent? No.
Right, okay, there's nothing happening in Stoke, which means that Stoke are in the middle of the table, quite safe, and Burnley need another 5 points to be safe.
Really? Okay. I think, are we? No, we're not playing you, are we? You probably get that.
No, we're not.
No. I always fall back on what my brother says, that, you know, we've paid for what we've got, and you know, we haven't paid for a team that's capable of getting above ninth. And, you know, you get our star players missing penalties. It's just ridiculous.
It's a bit like the Baggies, isn't it? They've got to 44 points and they haven't been able to get another one in 5 matches.
Really?
Well, they don't need it, do they? I mean, there are sort of 4 tables within the one table, aren't there? You've got the top 5 or 6, then you've got a group together in the 40s, then you've got another group in the 30s, and then you've got those in the 20s, points-wise.
But isn't it the case that I think there's about 7 league positions within 2 or 3 points? 7 positions within 2 or 3 points.
It's like Palace. Well, Palace were like one above the relegation zone. They win and they're up to 12th.
Yes.
How does he do it?
I guess that's okay, but I don't know where the motivation for the Stoke players is coming from.
Well, we know where the motivation for Crystal Palace is coming from, don't we, John?
Well, Big Sam, yeah.
Big Sam. I mean, he's just... There's certain managers who can go into a club and they can just turn things round.
Yeah, if only you could keep his gob shut, he'd still be England manager.
But then Crystal Palace wouldn't be doing so well. These things are meant to happen. Peter's falling asleep while we're talking about football. We've got to occasion. We're coming to the end of the season.
See the analysis of managers' earnings over the last 12 months?
No, I've not seen it.
Well, Big Sam got £1 million payoff for
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
nice, man.
That's it.
I think I better nip off before
that last football thing.
Right, okay.
For a condemned Sunderland last night.
Okay, Stephen.
I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.
See you soon. Take care. And as Stephen leaves us, Peter.
Is Peter coming back?
As we come to the close of the show, you see, we took you off the screen for the football, Peter, and that way you can just have a snooze. And...
You've got very pixelated.
Yeah, that's been happening occasionally with a lot of people. Pixelated screen, and nothing's changed. The camera is the same. The settings of the camera are the same. Occasionally, I had the autofocus on, but I always make sure that's totally off now.
All right.
But it's pixelated, and the only thing you can do, the only thing in our power, if you get a pixelated screen, is to press refresh. Okay. And just a shout out, we had because we learned from what happens to other broadcasters, and someone in the Belivers group had a situation where she went on Appearing, she went on Wiki Key, and everything worked fine. Sound and voice were in sync when the live video went out and on the recording. But when she came on to Be Live, she couldn't. Her voice was heard seconds after she'd actually said something, and they tracked it down. Now, sometimes these things take a long time to track down, and what was happening was that a bundled antivirus that she'd installed was taking 90% of her processor.
Oh.
Now, that's the thing, that when you're actually broadcasting, whether you're a guest or a host, you must try and close everything else down and have no other tabs open. Don't be tempted by watching yourself on live video. Do that on your mobile. Yeah. Just have the one tab open, the screen, the tab that you're actually on, and that keeps the processor down. Unless
I've 22 tabs open at the moment.
Well, John is in Solihull. John has a mega PC and a 200 megabyte internet connection.
Not that mega, actually, but never mind.
No, I'm just saying, as standard practice, if you were hosting the show, and the show depends on you, then you've got to close down everything, as Peter and I do when we host shows. Right, Peter, your next show.
My next show, would you believe, I don't have a guest. I'm struggling for a guest. Did you want to be my guest, folks? Give me a shout. Come in and have a chat. That's the problem of building up guests. For every 5 you ask, there's only one who'll say yes. And so I was around the exhibition yesterday. So I'm going to have to work out ways of when you can't get a guest. Any suggestions for what you should do in a show? If you can't
cardboard cutout, Peter. That's what you need, a cardboard cutout.
Right,
you can interview the cardboard cutout and give both voices then.
Peter, have you got a talk show?
Pardon?
Have you got Belive talk show?
No, I texted them and I got in touch with them. They said I'm on the list. You know. Incidentally, before you go, have you got a new router yet, Stephen?
No, I haven't beaten the challenge. The router's the same, but
well, I'll tell you, how am I looking to use since I got a 10? There's been no problems, is there?
Well, you're pixelated Pete today.
Yeah, but it's not our doing. It's not our doing. We can't do anything about that.
So, we'll get a home plug, folks. A home plug, and also get a good router that says, hey, this guy's using video, and challenge all into here. Channel in,
right. Peter, to your question, what do you do when you don't have a guest? I've got a suggestion for you, which goes to what we were talking about a moment ago. Why not do your own introduction to live video?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that when you don't have a guest, you can talk about how easy it is to go on live video and what you need to do. Yeah. And you're reaching out to the audience who normally watch you at 7 on a Monday night. So you might, obviously, you're helping people. 1, 2, it keeps the show going. And 3, you might find a guest in the audience. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, because when I don't go, people are looking for me.
Yeah. Right, okay, and the suggestion from Tish, how about scrolling the members page of B4B or LVS to see who would be a potential guest? Just food for thought. That's a good idea.
Come on then, Trish. Tish, you're the next week's guest then.
I do have a lady from Australia wanting to have a chat, maybe. Yeah. And I spoke to the woman that every time we've been talking about a problem to do with autism, well, her kids are autistic, but she runs that, Fiona, and I've told her about and I've found what's that lady over in America? Her sole purpose has come on because of the autism in her family. I want to match them up.
April.
I want to match April up. So you can get in touch with her. I'd love to join them together and see if they can come on a show together if they want during it, you know.
Still waking up, John?
I don't know, I've been up that early for me, and then suddenly I just decided I needed to yawn, and I did my best to make it obvious.
Right. Okay.
It didn't work.
Right, this has been Blabbing for Britain, episode 74, with Stephen Silk, who's back at work now, and John and Peter. Would you like to, Peter, give a call out for anything? A shout out, a call to action?
If you want to come on to the Talkinator show hey, am I looking at a camera? Right. If you want to come on to the Talkinator show, which is on 7 o'clock, everybody, I'm looking to start. I'm going to go worldwide now. Whoever wants to come on, have a chat. I'm not desperate, but come and have a chat. Line them up. Come and have a chat with me at 7 o'clock. You can get a hold of me on Messenger, and we'll broaden our horizons. So I look forward to hearing from you. 7 o'clock Monday night. Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay. Cheers, Peter. I'll see you Monday. And John, your call to action.
My call to action is to try and stay awake today. My call to action is have a great day. That's my call to action.
And my call to action
is going to be repurpose.io. I should have known it.
There's going to be a Udemy course coming out shortly about repurpose.io and repurposing in general, because when you create live video on Facebook, you should be repurposing it. It should appear on YouTube, SoundCloud, and on your WordPress blog. And I can show you through the course with Annie Murray's help how to do that. Click the buttons.
Another Stephen course, is it?
Oh yeah, it's another Udemy course. Got to keep.
This is a Udemy course, so this is a big course, not a little mini course.
This is a big course. I've done 8 lectures. I've got 11 to go, and then it will be there and ready to go.
This is repurpose.io, and if this, then that.
Correct. If this, then that, which is a wonderful piece of software. And I found some great applets. Well, I thought we'd say goodbye together, but you can do the wrap up, John, if you would.
Oh, well, it's been a great day, and we hope the rest of you have a great day. So it's goodbye from me, and goodbye from him, and goodbye from him, and goodbye from him, and goodbye from him.
We'll see you all next week. Take care. So we'll be back next week, 10 a.m. or 9:30 for